your views matter.
Hello, everybody. Assalamu alaikum, sastakar, namaskar to all the listeners. This is Attorney Shah Parali for the Shah Parali Law Show, and today I have with me Michael on the board. Thank you, Michael, for being here on time and making sure the shows happen. So thank you so much. And I wanted to thank also the team of Radio Zindagi for always making things very smooth, and I really congratulate them for that. So now let us move on to the show. And before I start, anything I'm telling you today is my opinion. You should not act or refrain to act solely on the information provided. You should contact an attorney if you have any questions. To start with, right now we have this. We have the H-1B coming, and there is the rules have changed, but it's not effective in terms of how to make it happen. For number one, they are saying according to these new rules, they will have a pre-selection. That means it's a good thing. You don't have to kind of just file, pay the attorney, and then also if the case goes through, it goes through. If it doesn't, you pretty much just have to be hanging there. So there will be a pre-selection. And also they have increased the master's cap by 5,000 something. And these are kind of good news coming from this administration. However, they have not yet set up the system how to do it, and they are hoping it might happen in the next few weeks, but many people believe it won't happen this year, probably for next year, but we have to wait and see. Only thing is that we know now the rules are changing. Not big deal except on the cap. That means the lottery system will be out now, hopefully. There will still be a lottery, but it will be a pre-selection. So I don't have the details how it's going to be implemented because they have not released it. Well, as far as I know, maybe it's there, but I didn't see it. As soon as I get it, I will post it on. I will tell you about this on the next radio show, and I'll also post it on our YouTube channel, youtube.com/Shahparalilaw, youtube.com/Shahparalilaw. So please subscribe to the YouTube channel, and the updates are usually there or on our website, attorneyonair.com. And I think, Michael, we have one caller. Let me take the caller. And again, the number to the studio, 510-657-1170. 510-657-1170.
Hello?
This is Shapra. You're live in air. Hello?
Hello?
Yes, hi. Can you hear me?
Hi. This is Reva. And I had a question regarding my H-1B.
Yes, go ahead.
So my H-1B expires in August 2019, and I'm currently on my H-4 EAD. Mm-hmm. So I wanted to check if my H-1B, if I don't take up a job by the end of, before my H-1B expires, will I be able to extend my H-1B if I take up a job after the H-1B expires?
Yes.
Can I add up my H-4 period to my H-1?
Yes. Okay, that's a good question. The day you move to H-4, the clock for the H-1 stops. So that means, let's say you use 1 year on your H-1 or 2 years, and you get into H-4. The day the H-4 gets approved, or the day you leave and come back on H-4, that means the clock on H-1 stops. Doesn't matter what you have on the 797. So what happens next, if, let's say you use 2 years on the H-1, let's say you use the H-4 for 3 years, and then you want to come back to H-1, you will still be left with 4 years. So the day you file an extension and want to move to H-1, then the clock will stop. I will start again when it gets approved. So you don't have to worry because the time of H-4 doesn't eat up the time on the H-1. So how many years have you used your H-1, you said?
Almost 1 year, but my H-1 expires this August. Mm. And if I take a job after August, do you think I can add up my H-4 period to that, or I have to get a job before August?
No, you don't have to, because the H-1 itself, the expiry has no value anymore. You move to H-4 already, right? So
yeah.
So basically it stopped already. So you used only 1 year, so you have 5 years to go. If you want to move to H1, you have to have the company file what we call a new employment cap exempt for you under H1. And once it gets approved, it will move on. So whatever you have on that 797, it doesn't really matter unless you want to use that little bit. So you don't have to worry about that.
Oh, that's a great news.
So you just continue whenever you're ready. Just convert it back to H1, and you'll have full 5 years. Okay. You just have to file it, though. You have to file an extension. Okay.
Oh, perfect. So I can just use my EAD until the time I want, and then I can just move to H1 whenever I want. I don't have to worry about the expiry date.
You don't. Whenever you want, but try to move within 6 years, though, because after 6 years, then they start giving you a hard time. But try to move unless you have an I-140 approved. But technically, yes, you can move any time, but you have to, if it is already expired in the 797, you have to file an extension, then you can move on it, okay?
Oh, but my 6 years end by August.
So your 6 years of H-1B, when did you use the H-1B? When did you get the H-1B?
In 2014 sometime. I mean, the 6 years are coming to an end by this August.
Okay, so you got it in 2013 then?
Yeah, sometime, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, then they might give you a hard time. Although there's no real clear law on that, after 6 years they can give you a hard time to bring it back. But if you get an I-140 approved, then you don't have this problem. So
I don't have I-140 approved. But if my husband has I-140 approved, can I have my H1 extended on that?
No. You have to use it. So what I would recommend you do, file an extension on your H1, move back to the H1, and have it restarted again. And then after that, if you want to move to H4, you can always move back to H4. Give me a call at the office. I can give you more details how it can be done, because it's going to take too long to explain here. 510-742-5887. We can do a consultation, and I'll guide you what to do.
Okay, perfect. Thank you so much.
Good luck to you. Let me take another caller, Michael. This is Shabarali. You're live on air.
Hey, Shah. I have one question about H-1B renewal.
Yes.
Yeah. So, my current H-1B is expiring in mid-July, and my company has applied for renewal premium processing, but then they are saying that the renewal will come, the new date on the renewed I-797 will be post mid-July. And then if I'm planning to travel to my home country around March or April sometime, then I am planning to go to visa stamping as well. So in that case, will the consulate give me the visa stamp till my current I-797 expires, that is mid-July, or I can get another renewed date on my visa?
Okay, first of all, in order for you to get a stamp, you have to have it already approved, the 797. If the old 797 is expired, they won't give you while this one is pending. You have to have a solid 797. And even if you have one, if you have less than 6 months, sometimes they will not even give you the stamp. So the best thing to do is either you make sure you have an approval before you go, or when you go there, wait for the approval, then go for the stamping.
No, I got your point, but what I'm trying to say is, after I get, let's say I'm getting a renewed I-797, which is, the date on that is after mid-July. But my current I-797 expires on mid-July. So let's say I have two I-797. So if I'm going to my home country for stamping around April or May, March or April.
Yeah, no, they will give you with a new one. Just show them the new one. Okay?
Okay.
You are right on this. There are some situations where they give less. I've seen a case where they actually give on the old 797. But usually you show them, you tell them I have a renewal. Show them mainly the one which goes longer, and then if they ask for the other one, then you show them the other one. And when you fill
Right.
your DS 160.
And is there any time duration, like within this many days only I can go for stamping or something?
No. It's a renewal. You can go anytime.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Okay.
Okay.
Thanks. Thank you.
Sorry for that. I misunderstood. Okay. Good luck to you. Let me take another caller, Michael. Oh. Hello. Shapra, you're 11 a.m. Hello. Okay. I don't think we have another caller. So, ladies and gentlemen, we were talking, of course, about the H1. But you can call and... Hello, this is Shapra, you're 11 a.m. Okay, so I think there's no caller. So, thank you so much for calling. But you can still call the number to the studio, 510-657-1170, 510-657-1170. And if you want a consultation, the number to our office, 510-742-5887, 510-742-5887. So I wanted to tell everybody that we are talking about this new H-1B rule. The new H-1B rule is kind of a good one, but it has not, the gist of it, the whole implementation has not taken place. So we are waiting to see what will be this year. But if it gets implemented, the things will change a little bit. But if not, then it will be for next year. Let me take another caller, Michael. You're live in air.
Yeah, hi. I have a question regarding the premium processing for H-1B. This is a H-1B transfer. Can you comment on that? Like, is it going to start on February 19? Because I'm waiting. I have an offer and I'm waiting for the transfer to happen. Or, any suggestions? How should I proceed?
We don't know yet. They have not indicated. But last time they say February 19th, they will start it again. And if you look at the cap for last year, they have already started the premium. So we are having some hope it will be started. Having said that, you don't have to have an approval to move to Company B, although it's recommended that your shoe is approved. But under AC 21 Section 105B, I think, if I'm not mistaken, you are eligible to start working on the day you get the receipt. But yeah, I understand that you want to make sure before you move, but there's no way to tell. They say February 19th last time, so we'll have to wait and see.
Okay. Thank you.
Good luck to you. So let me take out a caller, Michael. This is Shapra, you're live on air.
Hello.
Yes, sir. Go ahead.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you, but there's a background noise.
I can barely hear it. Hello?
Yes. Hello?
Okay, I'm not sure. Now I can hear it. Hi, good morning. Firstly, I would like to thank you for this show. It has been very helpful and I always listen to the show. And I'm not able to hear anything other than static.
Yeah,
but
I think you might have to call back. This is Shapra, you're live on air. Hello? Okay. So, ladies and gentlemen, please, Rajat, if you want, please call back. I think sometimes we have those technical issues. Whenever you do live shows, you always have that. So, bear with us a little bit. And thank you so much for your kind words. And this is Attorney Shaparali, and we're live. Today is February 7th, 2019. The year is moving fast. We already closed January, and we're moving to February. And I was talking about the H-1B new rules, so as we get the details, I will update it on our website, attorneyonair.com, or mostly on our YouTube channel, youtube.com/SharpRileyLaw. Please subscribe to it because this is the fastest way for me to kind of pass messages. It's just to record a quick YouTube and put it in there. So now the next thing I wanted to talk about, of course, right now is the student visa. A lot of the students right now are really, really under panic. We had from all those RFEs, denials, a lot of people, and those new memos. It's like the year where they're really kind of targeting the students, like those especially on CPT, OPT, etc. So one question I'm getting all the time is CPT Day 1 legal? Yes, CPT Day 1 is legal. However, it is a red flag also. And it is legal as long as the school can prove that it is part and parcel of the curriculum. What it means is that in simple terms, is that you need to have the CPT in order to graduate because the curriculum itself requires that. So that's important. However, there's another issue where people are getting in trouble. They have double masters or same level education and then taking a CPT. That's causing problems. And be careful on that, although I have not seen a case really myself where they deny people based on that, but this is available for them to use. And now combined with the memo, people are finding themselves suddenly and their H-1B getting denied because they went out of status. So we'll talk a little bit about that. Let me take one caller. This is Shaparali, you're live on air.
Hello.
Hello, hi.
Hello, Mr. Shah. I have a question.
Yes,
my H-1B is in second year right now, and my 140 is approved, and my wife has got H-4 EAD. Can I change the employer right now and use the same 140 approval for EAD extension, or do I have to go through whole process again?
Okay.
Is my question.
This is a good question. Yeah, you can use the same I-140, of course, if it has not been withdrawn or revoked by the USCIS. You don't have to have an I-140 specifically from this company. However, one important thing, you need to make sure when you're transferring, have the lawyer transfer the H-4 for your wife. That means file an there's no real transfer, I call it transfer. File an I-539 for your wife. Because many lawyers will refuse to do that, and the implication is big. And unfortunately, some of them will not even agree to do it, while they don't know that if they don't do that and company A cancels your H-1B, she will be out of status. So as long as you file the I-539, she can even continue on the same EAD, and she can use the same I-140 to extend it later. Okay?
Okay. Thank you very much. Thank you, sir.
Good luck to you. Let me take another caller. This is Shah. You're live on air. Hello. Hello. This is Shah. Hello. The caller. This is Shah. You're live on air. Hello. Okay, so I think I lost the caller. Please call again, 510-657-1170, 510-657-1170, or if you prefer private consultation, the number is 510-742-5887, 510-742-5887. Just to let you know, whatever information I'm giving you right now on the radio is purely educational. I cannot really assess a case 100% just by in 2 minutes, but at the same time, luckily, so far, thanks to God, I've been able to kind of give you a quick answer. But sometimes cases have very, very precise facts, and as such, you need to do a private consultation with a lawyer. And this is where you have to call us, 510-742-5887. So we were talking about the education F1 students. Yeah, they are going through a hard time, definitely, because suddenly when it's time to get the H-1B, they are seeing denials because the government is saying, oh, you went out of status because you did this and that and that. And based on that memo that kicked in on August 9, it's becoming a problem. I think Rajat is back. Let me talk to Rajat. Hello? Hello?
Hello. Hi, Mr. Shapali, this is Rajat Jain once again. My call had got dropped. So I had a question about my wife.
Yeah.
So my wife has spent 7 years in the U.S. total, and out of which about 2.5 years have been on H1, and the remaining have been on either L2 or H4.
Okay.
So my question is, currently she's on H4 EAD, and if she wants to switch to H1 now, so does does her new employer, whoever she approaches, does he have to apply for a new H-1B, which would fall under cap, or is she cap exempt? And also, given that she has passed her 6 years of stay in US, how should we proceed?
Okay. Yeah, she might be cap exempt. Actually, she is. It's just the USCIS give a hard time once you pass 6 years of the approval of the H-1B to basically derive it, unless you have an I-140. But yeah, what I will do in her case, if I were you, I'll try to file for the new employment cap exam, claim the cap exemption, and see if they agree. Because sometimes, even after the 6 years, they don't really make a fuss about it, because the law is kind of blurry on this. So, at the end of the day, I will give it a shot because she's technically kind of cap exempt. Now, if she wants to benefit from the cap, that means they will probably require that she leaves the country and stay outside for 1 year. Then she can take a new cap exemption. Not cap exemption, a new cap. So you might want to revive the H-1B itself, and then how many years you say she used the L2 and the H1? 2 years.
So she's used 2.5 years on H1, and remaining years she's used on H4 and L2.
Okay. Then yeah, she can file without leaving. I'm sorry, I was counting 6 years total. So yeah, she can file from inside. She doesn't have to leave. But the best is to try to revive this old H1 and use that cap exemption. It's just a matter of filing it, and hopefully premium will be back. And once it's filed, you will know what's going on. But in the meantime, if it doesn't work, then they can go for the new cap. But I think it will work because 7 years, if they count it from the 2 years she used it, it might still be 5 years. So double check on that. If you have that, you might be able. But still, I will give it a shot and file it, and hopefully it will work because sometimes I've seen it work. Okay.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
Good luck to you. Thank you so much. I think I have another caller, right? This is Shafarai. You're live on air.
Hello.
Hello. Yes, sir.
Hey, I can hear you, but it's a lot of background noise. But my question is about any predictions about H4 and what's current priority date moving forward. Few questions for you to can answer me. Thank you.
Thank you so much. I'll give you the answer of the year because this is a general question. Everybody asks it all the time. The H4, famous H4, I've been off on that a little bit, but at the same time, I've been kind of getting it right. But bottom line is, unless we have some issues going on with Safe Job USA, I'm not seeing the Trump administration very keen to take it away. They have not really made a move, except they are just playing, not playing quote unquote, but they are not really defending it, but at the same time they're not really fighting it. So let's wait and see. I think we will know in the next couple of months. But I said the same thing last year and we didn't do anything. So I'm hoping if it stays no news, it means good news. So let's hope that's the case. As for the priority date, from many lawyers I've spoken to, other colleagues, etc., I think the EB3 will move faster in the next 4 or 5 years. And so if you can move to EB3, for example, let's say you get a labor approval and you have not filed the I-140 yet, you might be able just to file it on EB3, etc. So EB3 will have some kind of potential out there, and then it will probably revert back. As for the EB2, the only good news I know, it didn't retrogress. However, I don't think it's going to move very much forward, probably around 15 days a month, maximum like 25 days. So if you count it this way and there's no retrogression, we are going to see 1.5 years for 1 year. So that's going to be the equivalent according to me. However, we might also see a jump if a lot of people move from EB2 and try to move to EB3 because EB3 is moving faster. So it might end up by evening out, although India is still a lot of weight. So that's pretty much the best analysis I can get on this. And hopefully if there are new information, please, I will put it on the YouTube channel, youtube.com/SharpRallyLaw, SHAPRALLYLAW.com. So I was talking about students, and of course we have another, how many minutes? I think, Michael, like 15 minutes to go. So we were talking about the student visa. The student visa, is one of the visas that a lot of people come on to start their career, and basically after graduating they get an OPT, or during the situation they get what we call a CPT, etc., etc., and then ultimately they move to an H-1B. Now what has happened, because of all this havoc that we are seeing also a lot of people getting denials on their H-1B when it's time to change status. And the main reason we are seeing is that, A, you violated your student visa. As such, you are not eligible for a change of status. Because in order to change status on October 31st, or any time, you have to be in status. And if, according to that new memo, you lose status, then it becomes a problem. So this is Sharp Radio 11A. I think we have someone else. Hello?
Hello.
Yes.
Hi, this is Amit. Thank you for taking my question. There are rumors that the country-specific quota would be shelved. And if that happens, how do you see that will benefit Indians? And if, like my priority date is 2013 September, what are your best guess?
That's a very big guess, because first, that law might never come through. But if it does, it will even out. I think it will bring India at least 2-3 years ahead. But I doubt it will go through, because a lot of other countries are not going to be happy about it, number one. And number two, they want diversity. So I doubted the bill. But if it does pass, I think it will make India jump by 2-3 years. Probably.
Sorry, I could not get the last part of it. You said it will jump by how much?
Around 2-3 years, maybe even more. So because the thing is that there's a lot of unused visas quota with other countries, right? India and China and Mexico and even Philippines are the main one that takes most of visas if you look according to the category. So if you count the world and you take all this, you mix it together in one basket, it will dilute the waiting time for India or even China. So now, if you calculate it this way, I think minimum will be a jump of 2 to 3 years. Okay?
Okay, cool. Well, thank you so much.
Good luck. But unfortunately, I don't know if I mentioned that. I doubt this will happen. There's a lot of fight for it, unless some kind of miracle. Well, we never know. We get miracles all the time. So we have to have some hope. But bottom line, from my experience, it's not going to happen that easily. So, ladies and gentlemen, we have another 15 minutes to go, I think. And if you want to call, feel free to call the studio line, 510-657-1170, 510-657-1170. And if you want to call for a consultation to our office or for some work, you can give us a call, 510-742-5887, 510-742-5887. I was talking about the student visa, because the student visa is becoming a hurdle for people to move to their H1. So few tips I can give to the students. Number one, avoid day one CPT. Even though it's legal, it's a headache. And number two, don't go for a double master's, right? To be on CPT, because that's wrong, and that can come back and backfire really bad. The best is to do one notch up in your studies. For example, moving from a master's to a PhD, or a bachelor to a master's. So basically, that's the biggest advice I can give when it comes to that. And then, since the memo of August 9 make people start accruing unlawful presence from that date, if you count 180 days from there, we already passed those dates 2 days ago. So it is going to be a problem now. And many people don't get really the whole picture how the visa system works, right? If you break your status means what you have inside the U.S. when you enter, what they give you as I-94 at the airport sometimes. And what it does, it keeps you legal in the U.S. and then the stamp on the passport is a visa, that has no value. Even that's expired and you are able to enter before it expired, it doesn't matter. It's going to be what they give you at the airport or on your 797. So that's one thing which a lot of people get confused on. Number two, a lot of people also misunderstand how the system works when it comes to changing status. So in order for you to change status, you have to be in status. Remember, I just mentioned that earlier. You have to have an I-94, which is your status. That's the rule of thumb. However, there are a few exceptions to that. Number one, the non-prompton. That means if you fall out of status based on extraordinary circumstances, you might be able to get back in. For example, let's say you were sick in the hospital. I had cases where the wife had a baby, etc. You can even be out of status and try to extend status, and they will grant it to you. Having said that, this is granted as a discretionary power. So that means basically it's up to them to decide. So it's very important you maintain status. And now what has happened with this memo, which was not the law before, it used to be the law that if you're on a student visa, you are on what we call a duration of stay. So that means if there's any kind of lapse, etc., you're still okay because you still have your student visa. And technically, as long as they didn't revoke it, you should be good to use it. Now what's the problem is you have this new memo. This new memo not only creates unlawful presence, it also creates a lot of power for USCIS just to send people back, even though there are many other issues involved. So having said that, now it is important that you make sure that you have a system where if you're moving you from one status to another, then you need to make sure that you are covered and it's done properly. I think we have one caller, right, Michael? This is Shabra. You're live on air. Hello. Hello.
Hello. Hi, Shah.
Hi, Gaurav. How are you?
Yeah, I have a question. So I'm planning to switch positions within my company, which would significantly affect my role and responsibilities. My I-140 is already approved and I have a priority date. Now my question is, the way I understand it, when I switch to the new position, because there will be significant changes in my roles and responsibilities, the company will have to reapply for firm and I-140. But I still would be able to retain my priority date. So question is that the correct understanding? And if it is, then what are the kind of issues that might pop up based on your general experience?
Okay, let me get it right. So basically, you have an I-140 approved, and now you kind of basically got promoted. So the whole I-140, they're probably going to refile a new labor and a new I-140, right?
Yes, that's correct.
Yeah. So, yeah, they have to do that if you're changing. However, there's nothing that prevents you to downgrade yourself when the green card becomes current. So, for example, let's say they give you a program analyst, and now you are an executive or something. So, what happens when the deeds become current? You can always move back to the program analyst, of course, and file the case from there. So that's one thing. Now, the answer is yes, you can use the same I-140 priority date and put it in there. You can also use the I-140 to get extension on the H-1B. And then, hello?
Yes.
Okay. So
I'm still here. I'm listening to you.
Yeah. Okay. So basically, you can use it for the I-140 for an extension, H-1B extension, and then you can also use it for H-4EAD. But your question, if it is you have to refile, yes, you do, but you can use that same I-140 for extension, etc. Okay.
Correct. I think the only particular thing that is going on at the back of my mind is, let's say that my priority date becomes current, but the refiling of the I-140 is still in progress or not approved. So in that case, what option would I have?
Yeah, that's what I was giving you in the beginning. You can.
So you were saying that I could come back to the original position.
Yeah, you can just basically don't accept the promotion and ask the company to give you back your offer as the previous job. And as long as you do that, you can take advantage of it because your I-140 is not cancelled.
Okay. Sounds good.
Okay.
Yeah, thanks a lot.
Good luck to you. Good luck. So
thanks,
let me take another. You're welcome. One more caller, right? This is Shapira. You're live on air. Hello.
Hello.
Yes, sir.
Hi, sir. I have a question regarding the 485 inventory. USCS has not been publishing.
Hello. 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 I think I lost the caller. Okay. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you need to call, I don't think we have much time. I can take one more call. That's it. So let me shift gear and talk a little bit about debt settlement because this is another place where we can help you. A lot of people right now finding themselves, for example, you're a student, you use a lot of credit card, and now you have to leave the country, and you don't want to you want to come back ultimately. You don't want to have a big thing on your head. So what we can do, we can negotiate this debt. For example, let's say you owe $10,000. We can negotiate it for maybe $2,000. This is just an example. Or you owe on a second mortgage, like $150,000 or something. We can negotiate it and bring it back to sometimes even $20,000, and you keep your house and you lose the second loan. So we can help you on those areas. And then also for those who need help who need to know what is the debt settlement, you can go on the website yourdebtsettlementattorney.com. yourdebtsettlementattorney.com. It will give you more details how we can help you. And the way debt settlement works, not like immigration, you pay only when you win or we get a deal for you. As for immigration, of course, we cannot do the work like that, but on the debt settlement, we can do that. So I wanted to mention that. And I think now I have like few more minutes to go, right, Michael? So I would like to cover a little bit other topics. Of course, we have all those things happening on H-1B. You have all those issues which are related to climate change, I think, because that's something major I always talk about. It seems like the world is turning crazy, and a lot of it is related to the heat, etc. So, and right now it's very cold, and but other places it's very hot. So it's something I wanted to mention before I close the show, because climate change means a lot of things, including what will happen to immigration. And that's one of the important aspects that people should understand, is that once all those countries are going to be in trouble, they will have to turn to other countries which are okay, and that will create some kind of massive migration. So unfortunately, that's how the world is going, and we cannot ignore that. So now, going back, this was just a parenthesis. I wanted to talk about this. Let us talk a little bit about the student visa and the problems that we are seeing. Number one we are seeing is the fact that they are saying that people didn't maintain status on the F1 properly. That's number one. Number two, they are also saying that basically there's no specialty occupation, which is kind of rare now, but they're still doing it. So make sure if you're filing an H-1B, the right occupation is picked for you, because right now many of those occupations are no longer valid, so be careful on that. And also I wanted to mention that if you need help on EB1 or National Interest Waiver, we are here for you, and I wanted to congratulate the DC team for doing an excellent job on that, and they are really kind of making a reality for many of those people who are desperate, etc. So give us a call if you need help on EB1, National Interest Waiver, and if you're an employer, you want to do H-1Bs, we'll work out something for you. And of course, L1, LO visa, we will try to assess and let you know. So bottom line, it's not like everything is it's not difficult, but you have to really meet the requirements. So if you need help, give us a call, 510-742-5887, 510-742-5887. And I think Amit is online. Is Amit there? Hello? Okay, he's not yet there. So now I'm going to talk a little bit about the situation with the students. Of course, I've been talking about that. But also let us talk a little bit about National Interest Waiver, or EB1. National Interest Waiver is a very, very good product, by the way. I was hoping to have Sharif with me on the radio and actually kind of talk a little bit about National Interest Waiver. A National Interest Waiver is an EB2 category, right? And it still requires a bachelor's degree plus 5 years, or a master's degree, etc. But the National Interest Waiver, since it is an EB2 for India, there's a lot of waiting time. However, what it does for you is amazing. Number one, even if you have to wait, it's worth it. Number one, a National Interest Waiver, you don't need an employer. That's a big thing. Number two, if you file the National Interest Waiver, you actually will have to, you can actually kind of, if the dates are current, you can get a work permit. And number two, since it is a self-petition, no matter where you move, you can use it. So one of the important things you need to know about National Interest Waiver is that it's totally worth it, even though it's an EB2. So I recommend you check a little bit on that, and we can help you. We're doing a bunch of them, and hopefully so far we have gotten pretty much all of them approved. And give us a call, 510-742-5887. And I think Amit is there. Is Amit there, Michael? Hello?
Hi, Shayas. How are you?
I'm doing well. So, Amit, let me wrap up quickly, and then I'll let you continue. So I wanted to thank you all for listening, and thank you, Michael. And anything I told you today is my opinion. You should not act or refrain to act solely on the information provided. You should contact an attorney if you have any questions. So, Amit, you can maybe explain that